Taking positions tonight, Mahesh Jetmalani, senior advocate, BJP leader, debating tonight with him, Ujwal Nigam, special public prosecutor in the case, Farhang Jahani, survivor and co-owner of the Leopold Cafe, Dr. Zorabi, who's a survivor from Nariman House, with me in the studio, also Bachi Karkaria, author and columnist, former additional Solicitor General Vikas Singh. My first question is to Nikhil Sehgal, Sabina Sehgal-Saikia's brother. And of course, we lost Sabina in 26/11. Nikhil, the court has completed its proceedings, and a lot of people now want this to be over with Kasav's hanging. Do you think it is necessary, almost imperative, to hang Kasav immediately to bring closure?
Arnab, my main point has always remained the same from the beginning of this, of this entire process, is that a speedy judicious system has to be in place where as quickly as possible we can reach a conclusion of this entire process, and with as little sort of glorification or any sort of untoward sort of emotional trauma for the families and for people who were part of all the trauma that happened. And I still continue with that same stand that the sooner we reach a conclusion, the sooner the media cameras go off this, the sooner we will have closure.
No, so what effectively, you want to see him hanged, or you want to see him become another statistic in the list of undecided petitions before the President of India?
Effectively, I would just like to see it end one way or another. I would like to see it reach its conclusion. Every time we go back, we relive it. It's just more, sort of scratching of the wounds. For me, and as we've always maintained as a family, we don't believe in an eye for an eye. We believe in a judicial process, and whatever the judiciary decides is good for us. I don't think I want to change that stand at all.
Okay. Bachi Karkaria, take a position tonight. Nikhil says, I don't believe in an eye for an eye. I don't know actually if hanging Kasav means an eye for an eye. Actually, certainly it's not. No. Bachi, what do you think? Is hanging him the only closure possible now?
Yes, Arnab, hanging him is the only closure possible, and I'm saying this now, whereas you know that in the past I've said we will not listen to the jingoists who are just baying for blood. We will not have a kangaroo court. There was a lot of protest at the time that hang him now, but we have been meticulous and punctilious in the way that we have handled the Kasab case. We have followed every single process of the law.
Absolutely.
We have followed every single judicial detail. We have listened to all the hoops that he put the judicial process through. We've seen all his drama and his tantrums in the court. And I think when you look at all this, then I think today we can say, yes, please hang him.
Okay. Vikas Singh, is there any legal argument for not hanging him?
Well, Arnab, I have a slightly different point on this. Ultimately, is Kasab the real person behind who actually was responsible in what happened in India in that 26/11 episode? I don't think he's just, it's like, a case of shooting the messenger. You are,
messenger,
especially after the arrest of Abu Jindal, after the arrest of Abu Jindal, there is a larger conspiracy, and Kasab can be helpful in reaching to that. He is just a juvenile delinquent. I don't sort of subscribe to the theory that he really knew what he was doing. He's a youth who's, sort of having a misplaced idea of what really is his religion all about and what he should be doing to sort of, he is not one person who really planned the whole thing. He is one person who merely executed something which was planned at some other level. And if we don't get to that person, or we don't get to those people who were really behind it, really speaking, hanging Kasab is neither here nor there. If keeping him alive can help us
that logic that this man was a juvenile delinquent, an innocent man, it can be applied to Rajiv Gandhi's.
I didn't say.
No, you didn't say innocent.
I didn't say innocent.
No, you said. Vikas,
I said shooting the messenger. I didn't say innocent.
You called him a messenger. In that sense, you can call Murugan, Shantan, Arivu, Rajiv Gandhi's assassins merely messengers, juvenile delinquents. You can call Bhullar, You can call anybody who has carried out any political assassination or mass massacre to be a person who was inspired.
No,
by
Arnab,
for
you
the
are
wrong
missing the
reasons.
point.
Arnab,
What I'm wanting to say is that we should try to get to the real perpetrators.
No.
You know, just hanging Kasab is really nothing for this country.
I want Ujjwal
We should
Nikam to
really
come
be wanting to target and find out who the real perpetrators were and to really bring them to book.
I think
Hanging Kasab is neither here nor there. I mean, hanging Kasab will only satisfy some kind of a, that the person who actually killed, whose face is, in front of us, who actually pulled the trigger, is being put behind bar. But if we don't get to the real perpetrators, then we are actually doing nothing in this whole episode.
If Indian diplomacy is so weak that we cannot put pressure on Pakistan to get after the real perpetrators and the masterminds, that's one side of the story. But on the argument that, let me get in everyone, just coming back to you, Bachi, on the argument that he is an important witness and hence don't hang him. Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, I think you heard the arguments made by Vikas Singh.
He can help us get to the real perpetrator.
Okay, Ujjwal Nikam is responding first.
I totally disagree with my learned friend for simply two reasons. Firstly, if my learned friend had gone to the entire judicial confession which Kasab has given before the magistrate in Mumbai, he has clearly mentioned that he was knowing the consequences of the acts which he was going to do. This is one part. And at one point of time, when the terror attack was kept at a halt, then Kasab was very eager and keen. Kasab had asked the other terrorists why we should wait. We must execute our plan. So he was very keen to kill the persons, innocent person. This is one aspect that shows his mental attitude. And secondly, now once the Indian highest court has held Kasab guilty for serious charges, I personally feel there should not be any further process so that his hanging process should be delayed. So Kasab should be hanged immediately once our highest court has held him guilty. Now, my friend's contention that Kasab was acting as an agent on behalf of the others. Or Kasab was a messenger.
That's right.
I must tell you, Arnab, that we have marshaled very meticulously the entire evidence to show the conduct of Kasab before the incident and even after the incident. So this conduct is very relevant in the criminal trial to determine whether Kasab was acting at the behest of somebody else or whether Kasab was very voluntarily joined in this terrorist act. So now we have been judicially proved that Kasab was well-trained military commando. Kasab was trained by the ISI people. Kasab was knowing the consequences of the dastardly acts which he was going to commit on the night of 26th November. Not only that, Arnab, if you see the various defenses which Kasab has taken during the trial, during the practice of the span of 30 years, I must say, Arnab, I have never come across an intelligent criminal like Kasab. I am not praising here, but he used to take a very wild defenses. He had explained the injuries on his hand also. He said that the police had shot him. Because in the criminal trial, if accused sustained injury, he has to explain. Or the prosecution has to explain the injuries. But he himself had explained the injury. That shows how he had meticulously undergone the entire training process.
Well, I want Mahesh Jetpalani to come in on the point that Vikas Singh made there, that you will achieve nothing, he says, by simply hanging Kasab. He says, go after the real culprits who are in Pakistan, and B, he says, hold on to Kasab because he will prove to be evidence later. Many people are saying so, Mr. Jetpalani. Do you feel Mr. Vikas Singh has some ground there?
Well, I don't think that the two are necessarily mutually exclusive. You can hang Kasab and still go after the others. We already have their names. I take it, and Mr. Nikam will confirm, that everything that had to be taken from Kasab's mouth, everything that was within the realm of his knowledge has already been obtained. So what more do you need? Kasab is never going to stand as a witness and be cross-examined in any court anywhere in the world. He has done everything. He has spilled the beans completely, and his job so far as revealing the truth about this entire matter, in as much as who the conspirators were, how the planning took place, has already been revealed. The Bombay police have done an extremely competent job on that matter. His confession has exposed everybody who needs to be exposed, and there are others whom we didn't know. The real people, the ISIs, etc. If Kasab could reach to them, I'm sure the Mumbai police would have got it by now. They haven't. So we must assume that that's the end of the story as far as Kasab is concerned. The others will be arrested and hopefully prosecuted, tried and convicted on the basis of evidence, not only of Kasab's, but other evidence. But there's a far more important point which Vikas has raised, that this man is an indoctrinated killing machine. But therefore what? You don't kill indoctrinated killing machines, don't they constitute a threat? I thought the instinct not to kill was something innate in all human beings. I mean, any civilized human being should have an instinct not to kill. Now, this man's worst instincts have been brought out. Are you saying because he's a killer, and he's not a messenger by any stretch of imagination? The press is a messenger, but this man is not a messenger. He's a well-trained killing machine. And finally, Arnav, the most specious aspect of my friend Vikas Singh's argument is this. What you are hanging and what you have put on trial is not merely the individual Kasab. What you will be showing your contempt for, what you will be expressing your contempt for by his hanging is the ideology he subscribes to.
Absolutely.
Whether he's indoctrinated or not is another matter. But he subscribes to that ideology.
If we make him a statistic, Farhang Jahani from Leopold, if we make Kasab a statistic, Mr. Jahani, how will you react? You are a survivor of 2611. If you find 1 year from now that this man is some number 22 or 25 on a presidential waiting list, how will you react?
Well, I feel the decision taken by the Supreme Court, which is the highest court of our country, has been welcomed by a lot of people from India, as well as I welcome this decision. And I would definitely agree that whatever decision has been taken by the Supreme Court is absolutely right, because this person who has been trained for so many months, he knows what his intentions were, he knew what he was supposed to do, and that is what he came to India for, to kill maximum amount of Indians and those people who have been innocent, who were not even prepared. And there are so many families who have lost their loved ones. So I feel that the decision taken by the Supreme Court is the right decision, and and a lot of Indians accept this decision as of today.
We have a different perspective from another survivor, so I'd like to now go across to Dr. Zorabi. You don't completely agree with that. Why are you more forgiving?
The thing is, basically, ideally speaking, Kasab should have been hanged the moment this trial. There was no need of going through this whole process, because this would have been a case in a Middle East country by now, having so many evidences against him. I mean, agree, we are living in a democracy. We need to undergo that whole judicial system of giving him a trial, giving him a fair trial, which we have given him in all due respect.
Yes.
He's gone through all the process from the lower court, from the higher court to the Supreme Court, and today the verdict is out. But ideally, this hanging should have been done much prior, because I know that today, if he's been convicted and he's been said that he has a death state, he's been sentenced to a death penalty. You think he's going to go to the gallows? I don't think so. So soon.
Why?
He's not, because he's going to be again a statistics in the presidential's list.
Why should an exception not be made? There is no chronological list. Is there a chronological list, Mahesh Jethmalani?
There are people from the parliamentary attack. There's Afzal Guru Singh waiting.
That is a choice. That is a choice that the president makes.
Agree. That's a choice. But do you think this government, because the moment they do it, we have Sabajit Singh back home in Pakistan, who's waiting for his mercy.
Why should we be even drawing that link?
No, I mean, see, try to understand. India is a country which is going to give in to a lot of international politics, international pressure. It's going to give in to a lot of things from overseas. Moment you're going to go ahead and hang Kasab, there's going to be pressure from international pressure coming in.
Is that a slightly cynical, point of view here? By Bachi Karkaria, eventually we have to decide how we have to handle our own case, don't we?
Exactly, Dr. Zorabian. The point really is that there's no question of us succumbing to international pressure here. International pressure gives a damn about Kasab. Okay, they may talk something about David Headley, who's sitting pretty and singing like a canary to protect his own skin back in the US. We've got, so Kasab, the point that Vikas Singh made was that Kasab is just the face, and I've always maintained that he was the stupid fool enough to be caught alive.
I think you're being very forgiving on it.
Yeah, no, I'm not being forgiving. I'm saying that okay, that's his misfortune. So whether he likes it or not,
Coming
he
to Nikhil.
is the face. He is the face of the terror attack.